Welcome to One by One, a place where we uncover the stories, strategies, and secrets behind extraordinary success. I'm your host, Robert Murigi. As we uncover the blueprints of extraordinary success, we'd like you to join us and we do it together. Subscribe now and you'll never miss an episode from us. Calculations very well. You'll see which way you need to go. Which way are you going to be saving more fuel? Which way has more traffic in the evening than the other? Okay? Which way is always under construction? Because there are other places where they are growing right now. Do I need to move to those places where I'll be stuck in the traffic every morning and I have to wake up at 3 o'clock? Let us do all this soul searching. Let us bring all the items out. We rush to decisions. We make decisions quick when we have already dismantled and damaged and caused all the problems in the world. That's when we realize, oh, I've made that big mistake. But let me tell you, if you try to fathom the destruction which is normally caused by bad decision making, in your mind, you never even go anywhere near what would happen in the real life. If you think to be the worst thing, go back to the drawing board, do your soul searching, see what you need to make decisions on. If you need to leave one thing to take another, which potentially would give you more benefit, more life, more safety, more finances, go for that. Decision making is very important. And when we talk about this kind of measuring twice and cutting once, we are not talking about the small decisions. Some small decisions you can compromise. Any big decision that will affect you today, that will affect you tomorrow, that will affect you the next day, it is a decision that you cannot just jump on. I've had a friend of mine who bought a dog, and the dog didn't have a place to stay from day one. And then he had to go and buy somewhere for the dog to sleep. But I sat him down, and this brought about this topic. I sat him down. I asked him, do you know how much a dog costs in this country to be brought up? He said, I love this dog. This dog will make me feel better. I said, let us not talk about you feeling better. Let us talk about the dog. Don't mix up issues. When we are making decisions, especially where they have serious consequences, we need to sit down. We need to rethink through all the possibilities. And I mentioned something. By the time you think that you would die of a decision that you're going to make, I think you'll have evaporated by the time you think you'll be dead. It will be more worse than what you have fathomed. When it comes to decision making, the dog became big. The dog does not fit anywhere. The dog eats 5 times, and the dog shits everywhere in the compound, and there is a lot of problems because the dog is a bull mastiff and it needs to be walked, and there is not required. You might be you might be introducing risk to yourself, by not checking correctly. Okay, let us take this proverb or our topic today, literally. Measure twice, cut once. Imagine cutting something in the wrong place, something you cannot join. Hello. Do you know what that is? Insulting that parent, making that bad decision. You may not be able to undo it. Especially when there are long-term consequences, you need to think twice. It is normal to feel overwhelmed when you're making some of these decisions. But how do you make the right choices? Okay? So let us continue doing that. Get that test which is a more serious than the problem you have. Distract yourself. Get a mathematics, some few quiz. Try to think about them. It triggers your mind to think you are going the right way. I have done that many times and it works for me. Every time I have a problem on the track and I can't figure it out, I just relax, have a walk. By the time I come back, it works very well. The other thing that works very well with this is you step out and you try to solve this problem as if you're helping someone, so that you are able now to see what you are not able to see when you're solving it yourself. That is a good way of solving a problem. Try to help someone else when you have a problem. You find that you are going to solve the problems that were very hard initially to solve. It will become easier. Why? Because you have learned some techniques which are making more sense now. It is not as easy as flipping a coin. Make good decisions, live longer. Be happy. Make other people happy too. Therefore, we would like to ask our viewers, what is that one thing that you really want to do today? That one decision that you want to make. Have you done soul searching? Have you done your research? Have you consulted the right people? Think about it. Today is today. Make that decision and make it right. This is very good, and all these things are following each other. Today, I'll give you an example of something which I witnessed, and this was witnessed in the company today. Just before, on our season 1, on our episode 1, we talked about if it's not broken, don't fix it. Today, very funny thing, a real thing, that I'm telling you, the things that we are going to learn here, they are happening every day, even in your own house. Receive this information with gratitude. Give it to the friends, give it to your children. This is all level. I'm not talking to, oh, this is under 18, or no. This is for everyone. That one thing you do well, and you keep doing it every day. The dustbins were moved from where they are supposed to be put. They are put the other way. So everyone was putting, instead of recycling from this bin, they were recycling from the other one. Consciously or subconsciously, they know that's a bin, so they were throwing there. And I was wondering, why is that? Because they were interchanged. Why were they interchanged? There was no reason, because we discussed it in the office. There was no reason. So there was no reason for you to change it. That was our first episode. Then now, the person who changed it, I don't think he did he didn't do any analysis. He just swapped it, either by mistake. And this is the kind of things that we don't want anyone to be caught up in. Don't make a decision by mistake. Because if you do any decision, if you make any decision by mistake, the chances of you paying that dearly is very high, because you haven't thought about it. If you made any decision consciously, but it is a wrong decision, you might have thought on how you might resolve the problems that are going to be coming along with the wrong decision. And therefore, we are going to continue doing the right thing. We are going to continue making those good decisions. Let those families not be affected by a stupid decision someone makes and it troubles lives of others. Right decisions? Very good. And if you make 2 wrong decisions, I'm telling you, you're compounding them now, because they are not going to give you 2 problems. They are going to give you 10 problems now. The same thing goes with the good. When you make that decision to help that orphan, when you make that decision to help that parent who is struggling, when you make that decision to help that beggar on the road and homeless, you're doing a big thing for everyone. And you're creating positive energy. When you clean after yourselves after you use the sink, when you clean after yourselves after you use the toilet, after you use any public amenity where it is supposed to be shared,